die for everything. So our dies, we just got done. Number one, they're already detabbed, meaning you don't have to break them apart and pull them apart and do all of that with. They're also black, so you don't lose them whenever they fall on the floor. They are powder coated, yep, and they are actually heat powder coated, so they will not come off on your papers. That was important to me. And also, if you flip them over, I put the stamp on the back of it. So what that means is, if you take one of our stamp sleeves, which we again was out of necessity because some of the stamp sleeves were so thin that literally I would put my stamp in and put my die and it would fall right out the bottom. Or whenever I'm putting my hand in it, it would start to rip. So these are 6 millimeter thick, and they are double lined on the sides. So what my idea was is you take your die and you literally take it out of this packaging, you pop it into your stamp sleeve, and when you flip it over, you know exactly what it is. So you're not putting in like a weird, something that's, figuring out what it is.
Of the crafts is
yes, that is, it's always something. No, not the fun part at all.
See, I think it is the fun part.
Yeah, well, it is the fun. It's the fun part to a certain extent. Until then, all you're doing is organizing.
Oh yeah.
And all you're doing is organizing. That is
only organized when I can't move anymore.
Yeah. See, I like everything
clean, and then I
yeah. That's why we partnered with Photocentric, because they do a very, incredibly good job.
Sticky. That's a good
everything in my craft room has to have a home, and once I'm finished a project, it goes back in that home. In its home.
I wish I had that. Yeah, I wish I had that.
Or
if I need
that type of dedication.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Mine's like that.
It got a little ahead of me.
Because if I'm making a video and I need something, I want to know where it is and go grab it. So you're using your detail?
This is the detail ink, and I'm actually going to stamp it twice because I'm not sure if I cleaned this stamp last night, and I don't think I did, because you can see that it didn't get a full impression. But sometimes with the Misty, it's like you have to make sure that you really push down.
It's a big stamp too.
So this is like the mini Misty that you're
This is the mini Misty, yes.
Did you get a special one that's not pink?
I did.
Did you like, I don't want pink?
It's actually, it's like I told you the story. Ileana is a dear friend of mine. I adore her to pieces. And I told her that I could not have a pink one for one more second. I said, I love that they're pink. I said, but everything I have is pink. Like, I'm forced to have everything pink. So she said, she sent me, I think she sent me a text message. She said, all right, Christopher, I'm getting your white labels made. So this is really, truly a Misty, but it has white labels. So you can see just how detailed that detail ink.
I was going to refrain from saying Misty because of the color, because I have a pink one. I'm not special.
So it's really very, lovely. And I love that one too, because not only does it work super detailed, but the another nice part of it is we did a lot of those with gold and silver embossing on like red paper, and it's stunning to take only a couple of pieces of the poinsettias and use like a white Prismacolor pencil, or a white or even like a light pink pencil, and it just pops, and it's just stunning. Or doing it like on craft, because we have our embossing powders are so ultra fine, so they pick up super detailed images, which just makes it so easy to then stamp. I mean, it shouldn't be difficult. We shouldn't have to think about 7 million different things of how we're going to do these. It should just be like, okay, I know which stamp I'm going to use because it's the stamp that works for everything, and I know, or the ink that I'm going to use because it's the ink that works for everything, and I know what cleaner I'm going to use for. Literally, I use our cleaner for my entire craft space. I mean, I use it, I spray, and it's nice because it has a conditioning agent in it, so it's kind of strange. It's almost like an oily feel to it that actually starts to feel really good on your hands after you use it for a while. But what I really love about it is it's created that way because what it does is it conditions your stamps too. So it's basically like we condition our hair so that our hair stays shiny and it stays soft and it stays pliable. That's the same thing for our stamps. So if you're using a stamp cleaner that's not really created to use with a clear photopolymer stamp, you're just kind of doing damage to your stamps every time you clean them. So ours, and you actually will feel the stamp, it's almost like it has an oily finish to it. And what it does is it's actually conditioning the stamp, so the oil won't feel oily on your skin, but it's oily on there.
Because I can still go.
Yeah, because it's actually, what it's doing is it's now conditioning your stamp before you put it away. So I always say, don't put your stamps, don't close them up. So it's not like, if you have, wet clothes, you don't want to, close them up because they might get, mildewy and gross. So don't close up your stamp right away. Let it air dry, but this oil that's in here is going to keep it, I mean, it really conditions them beautifully. And that's what I attest to all of my stamps. I mean, I've never had a stamp that has gotten gross or unable to stamp or issues because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're conditioning our stamps every time we're cleaning them, and it just makes sense. Why aren't we doing that anyway?
Yeah.
So we just put it all in one.
And this is
super simple.
Copic friendly.
It is Copic friendly.
And how many colors do you have?
And it's waterproof. Correct. The detail ink is a little bit different. The detail ink is not permanent. The detail ink is the mixture of ink. But for the surface inks, which are the chalk inks, we have 22 different colors. And as you can see here, they're permanent on all of these surfaces. And plus many, many more. Those are just the ones that I could get my hands on and would fit on a board. So there's lots and lots and lots.
So these were all stamped with the locomotive.